What's up, guys? Alright, so today I wanted to take a second to show you my plate carrier. This is the Banshee rifle plate carrier from Shellback Tactical, and in my opinion, one of the best values out there as far as plate carriers go right now. Let me explain why I say that. I paid about 110 bucks for this plate carrier when it was on sale at R.P.C. I will say, on a side note, it is getting close to the 4th of July, and tactical websites usually do run sales around that time. So if you're thinking about getting something, now's a good time. Anyway, so one thing I loved about this in doing my research is that it has a lot of the features of much higher level, $200, $300, $400 plate carriers, but at the sub 100 price point. So, I just really couldn't pass this thing up. Anyway, in this first part, I'm going to go through some of the features of the stock carrier, and then in the second part, I will, talk about the things I've done to it to, make it my own. So anyway, let's get right into it. First thing to draw attention to is this drag handle here. This thing is got about 5 rows of stitching across the top, double thick, webbing for a really nice, good grip, pretty large loop. The attachment method inside, it routes the, this piece of strapping continues about halfway down the back with really nice box stitching on both ends. So this thing is definitely going to be able to, support the weight of somebody, injured in action, needing to be pulled out of the fight. This thing will definitely handle it no problem. Moving on down here, you see a large section of loop field. It's great for name tapes, blood type, any kind of morale patches or whatever you might need. If you decide you don't really need to use it like that, it's also got MOLLE. So you can definitely add MOLLE accessories like I have here. So just that much more real estate for planning out your kit. Moving on down here, the next thing is this kangaroo pouch. Now this kangaroo pouch is really quite large, the full panel size here. The problem with this kangaroo pouch, and the reason I don't use it, the Velcro inside this kangaroo pouch is like monkey nut strong. It goes all the way from here to here uninterrupted. So trying to get into this pouch for, to drop off a document or put a pin or something in there, it's kind of absurd. I will say Shellback does make a pouch with Velcro exterior and a zipper opening on top that you can throw in here, and that does change it, make it a lot more usable. I've also seen people use low profile mag carriers. I think Shellback makes some, and also Blue Force gear is the one I've seen more often inside that. So it can be useful, but I've handled what I need on the exterior, so I don't tend to use it, but it's always good to have it. Anyway, moving on around the sides here, this plate carrier comes with 2 methods of attachment around the sides. The first one is this cummerbund system, which is really nice. It has MOLLE, 3 rows of MOLLE all the way around the entire cummerbund. It's actually a two-piece design. On the inside, it also has 3 rows of MOLLE, which is good for, using hard armor plate pockets. Definitely good to attach them there. I've even seen people put some low-profile mag carriers as well on the inside here. So that's just another thing you can do with it. On the back, on each side is a Velcro closure, and each side is completely hollow. So that gives you the ability to run soft armor inserts on both sides and fully integrate them into the cummerbund. So that's really nice. The 2 halves of the cummerbund come together and are laced together with a shock cord in the center. They give you plenty of extra shock cord. That does give you plenty of adjustability for larger people. It gives you the ability to bring the circumference way out. And and also when you're wearing the plate carrier really tight, the expand and contractibility of that cord gives you the ability to breathe. So that's another nice feature. Breathing's always good. In terms of the other method, this carrier also comes with this strap. And basically, if you pull the cummerbund completely off, you can attach this strap around the front and back. And then, you know, you've got quick detach Fastex buckles on the sides. So that's fantastic too. Great using these when it's hot weather and you don't want to have this big bulky cummerbund running on the sides. So, you know, just another option. It's pretty cool that it comes with it. As far as the shoulder straps, now I will say these are very nice shoulder straps. They're padded both front and back. The front section has a large Fastex buckle on each side, and that basically, you know, it's a quick detach mechanism. Nicely hidden inside this pocket, and then it has openings here and here to give you the ability to get to the buckle. On the front, you'll see this these little molly sections right here. These can be used for using those, you know, when you're using one of those slings that attaches to the shoulders with a loop right here and then has a lead that comes off to your rifle. This is a good place to attach it. And then here, it's got stretch material as well as up here and on the back, and that gives you a nice routing for comms or you know, hydration lines. On the back, you've got the same molly and hook and loop field as on the front. Perfect for running an accessory backpack integrated to the kit, or you know, even a hydration carrier, of course. So that's great. The carrier itself has a small layer of padding between the plate and the user. So it's actually very comfortable to wear this carrier for you know, extended periods of time. You don't find it that the plates are rubbing on you and becoming annoying. So anyway, to get in and out of this carrier, basically, there's a little strap that hangs down right here. You just pull on this strap, open up this panel, and then pull it up. Now you can see here, you've got hook field. This entire thing is hook field, and this entire area is loop field. And actually, another cool feature, they ran the loop past the, you know, all the way to the first column of molly. So if you want to overlap these, if you're a real small person, you need to wear this really nice and tight, you can overlap these and still make sure that these edges are going to stay nice and flat and not catching on anything as you're crawling or, you know, in a prone position or you know, going through the brush or whatever. As far as getting to the plates, there's another pocket inside. It's also completely layered with, you know, hook all the way around, and then the plate pocket is right there, as you can see. This plate pocket is very nice. It gives you the ability to run 10 by 12s, no problem. That's what I'm running right here, so you can get an idea of what it looks like. But you still have enough extra space here that you can easily, you know, add soft armor backers behind the plates to definitely double up on your protection. The entire exterior of the plate carrier is 1000D Cordura, so it's completely rugged and durable. And the stitching all around this thing is very nice, very straight. No, you know, frays, edges, mistakes. Double stitched at all the stress points. They just really took their time and made sure to put out a really nice piece of gear, and especially at the sub 100 price point, you know, low 100s, just absolutely awesome value. So give me a sec, I'm gonna go grab some magazines and my sidearm and show you how I set this carrier up for my uses. Alright, so I'm back. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you, you know, how I set this thing up for me. The first thing is for running rifle. In the case of rifle, I'll generally run, you know, a pistol belt or a battle belt with a drop rig for my pistol. So, you know, I try to leave much of the right side slick. I do have a couple things here, but for the most part, I don't run anything else on the sides here. Now, as a general, concept on this, I definitely like to run my carrier a lot slicker than most people I've seen. People like to stack mags 3 levels deep. They want to run huge med kits and accessory pouches all over the sides, the back, and everything. And I'm just not really that into that. I like this thing to be as lightweight as possible. The plates already make it heavy enough, so I don't want to add any extra stuff I'm not really needing. So for my training, I like to keep it pretty low profile. So first of all, for rifle pouches, I opted for the S-Tac Kiwi Shorties. I chose the Kiwis because they have awesome mag retention with these Kydex inserts. They're quiet. They hold the mags very tightly, so they're not flopping around or making any noise. I chose the shorty version because they're extremely short. 3.5 inch this way, 3 inch this way. They leave a lot of room for mag, grabbing, and but they still retain the mags well. As far as, like I said, I like to run it low profile. I didn't go double deep. It's difficult to go prone comfortably and keep a low profile when you're running double or triple deep mags. You're going to be, sticking up like a turtle, and that's not what I want to do. So basically, single deep. These things are very durable, being that they're Kydex inserts, and this 1000D Cordura exterior, cover. They're not going to get damaged. They're going to be able to stand up to tons of prone time with no issues, and they're just all around badass. I'll go ahead and stick some P-mags in here so you can see how far the mags stick out of these. As you can see, the mags go in hard. They go in easily, but they hold tightly, but they come out easily as well. It's the strangest thing, but the smoothness of the Kydex and the shape and everything inside just really does a great job at keeping these mags retained. But the size makes them readily available for beer can grip, whatever kind of grab or grip you might want to get on these magazines, you can do that no problem. So that's why I chose the Kiwi Shorties. The other thing about the size, being that they're 3.5 inches, they don't hang. I can keep this low, but they don't hang below the bottom edge of the plate carrier down here. So I really like that. I like it all to be, nice and flat along the bottom. So if I'm running a war belt or whatever, I have plenty of room, with all the gear that's on the war belt. So that's a great thing about this carrier and about these pouches. Anyway, so that's about it with the rifle pouches. When I want to run pistol only, let's say that I'm just going to use the carrier to do some pistol practice, take a more advanced pistol course, and I want to wear the armor, I have this G-code HMAR here so that I can, just add a holster, run the pistol right here on my chest. So let me show you how that looks. This is my OSH G-code holster. Just attach it there, and bam, that's just how fast I can throw my pistol right onto my chest and have it super accessible when I need it. So that's an awesome little setup there. And with the plate backing, the width of this mount really does keep it flat. It doesn't move too much in any one direction, doesn't wiggle around. It's very nice and sturdy on there. So I really like that setup. Over here, I'm running the US Grunt Gear open top lid mag pouches. I've done another video on these. If you haven't seen them, you might want to check that out. Basically, when I'm roaming around, no threats in sight, I can run these pouches closed and know my mags are going to be secure. When I get into a more hot area or whatnot, and I need faster access to the mags, I can just tack these lids back on themselves and run them as open top mag pouches, and they work just perfect for that. So these pouches are awesome, and they're a perfect addition to this carrier. Also really low profile, and they serve double duty, so they're just awesome. A little bit further around the side here, I've got an EGL Loppy dump pouch. It's always good to have a dump pouch on your kit. I love this little one because it's such a small size, like 3.5 by 3.5 when it's folded up. Super small, doesn't get in the way of my arms or, you know, anything like that. But when I need it, I just pull this little strap, pull it down, and it opens up, you know, an 8.5 by 9.5 pouch. Every magazine that I could possibly carry on this kit at one time will all fit in here at the same time. So this thing serves a perfect purpose on this carrier as the one-stop shop for dumping my magazines. Over here, I'm sure you can guess, I've got a tack light pouch, US Grunt Gear tack light pouch here for running a, you know, flashlight. Always have a light on you. And then over here, I got a Leatherman Wave, and it came with this pouch. So I just decided to use this pouch to hold the multi-tool. One thing I like about running a pouch that's a different color than the rest of the kit, you know, if somebody needed the tool in a flash, in emergency, they needed the blade to be able to, you know, cut somebody free or, you know, do something in a quick hurry, I can instantly direct them to that pouch because it's color coded, and you know, so that makes it stand out, and I really like that idea, so I just decided to you know, run it like that. So anyway, that's pretty much all there is to this. You know, I might go ahead and eventually grab a hydration carrier for the back. I do like the Source you know, 3L wide hydration carrier because it's so low profile. I've also seen the Pig hydration carrier. It's also very low profile, and I like the design of that one as well. So eventually I might get one of those, but for now, this is pretty much how I like to run this rig. You know, I've found this setup to work very well for my needs. None of the pouches are in the way. Everything seems to work the way I planned it out, and so, you know, this is how I'm running it for now. Anyway, give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on and give you guys a look at how to get in and out of this thing, as well as how it rides on the body and what kind of range of motion you can get with this thing on. So give me a couple seconds and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so to get into the carrier, open this up, pull this section open. I reach through and grab the straps like that, throw it over my head, and then just grab it like that and then tuck this back up under. So this is how it rides. I like the fact that it rides really high. It puts your plates right over your vitals where they should be. Basically the plates from here to here and from here to here, protecting all my vital organs, but still giving me plenty of room for running, you know, my Infidel war belt or whatever, you know, a pistol belt, whatever I might want to run here, very nicely. In terms of this beast, pistol class, just attach it like that, click it down. This thing is sturdy, gives me quick draw capability, but keeps it still nice and flush with the mag pouches. Still a fairly low profile setup. Like, you know, obviously mag, you know, doing mag changes real easily, and then dump it in the dump pouch, no problem. So that's that. On this side, you know, like I said, I've got my light, I've got my tool, I've still got a good amount of, you know, room to, when I'm running my pistol down here, I still have room to pull it up, and you know, nothing really in the way right here. So this side, keeping it fairly slick, works well for that. As far as rifle, running the magazines, this is how this comes out. Still the same amount of, you know, low profile with the mags here or with the pistol here. It's all the same, very consistent and uniform, so it's not hard to get used to any one configuration, and everything just is where I need it. So this thing works perfectly for me. As far as mobility, you know, I can reach up, you know, touch all around, twist around, no problem. It doesn't move around. It stays nice and snug here. No problem leaning down. You know, any way I want to move, this thing stays nice and tight and right where I want it, protecting my heart. Anyway, so hopefully this gives you a good look, maybe some angles, maybe some things you haven't seen with it. Let me give you a quick spin around. That's the back. Like I said, same as the front. The cummerbund runs through this hollow pocket here, and then you got the shock cord inside. So that's pretty much what's up. If you guys have any questions or comments, definitely leave them below. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I definitely, you know, put out videos all the time, and want to get them out to as many people as possible. So definitely like and subscribe, and stay tuned. I got more stuff coming in the near future. So I hope you guys have a good afternoon, and take it easy.